being from Eastern Europe and seeing what like my grandmother is capable of, what she does every day, how she works around the house. She does more work than most men. Actually, she's more of a man in terms of utility and usefulness than almost every, like your average American male, even the above average. She knows how to do things most men don't anymore. And that used to be the utility of every woman, because she used to help around the house, help the man till the land. She can cut the chickens up, cut the fish up, gut a whole pig, make sausages, make everything from snout to tail. She can do so much. Plant, smoke meat, all this.
Let me tell you something right now.
Wow.
This is just sidebar. We watch,
I was about to say the same thing.
We watch Country Living.
I knew what she was going to say.
Shout out to them. And my kids, they just like, they love it. We watch it a lot of times on the Sabbath. And basically, it's literally country living. It's in Azerbaijan. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And they do everything basically from scratch. It's a beautiful setup, beautiful setup. The wife literally does everything. Like the husband, he do some things. Like I see him every once in a while. He might chop some wood, maybe. But for the most part,
disrespect.
Disrespect on this rock is criminal.
No, I'm serious. For the most part, he would just be like making tea. But she would be cooking like all day long.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
All this stuff, dude. Make moonshine, whatever. She can do it all. And she used to do it all with her husband all the time. God bless him and rest in peace to my grandfather. But that used to be what women were expected to do around the house. Not sit around, not lounge by the pool and flip pages on the latest like Cosmo propaganda like we expect in the West for women to do. You get yourself a little trophy wife and she gets to sit at home and look pretty. Her job is to look pretty. Oh, what's a trad wife in terms of the West? Oh, she puts on an apron, bro, and learns how to cook like 3 meals. Hey, honey, you just got back from work? Here's the bare minimum. I cooked you a meal. And everybody's like clapping like, wow, trad wife. Wow, queen. Oh my God. She's the one. She chose to spoke facts. Where can I get myself a woman like this? And it's like, bro, you don't know how much you're being shortchanged. Come out here to the old world and see what women really do. What women are supposed to be held accountable to do. What they're capable of. Really. Not the infantilized version of a trad wife. Your corrupted 1950s Stepford wife looking from America, like an actual woman that works with her hands. And you
Okay.
Sheesh.
All right. One thing I will say,
There's
though.
a lot going on there.
Yeah, that's a lot. We live in 2 different worlds.
It's a different world.
So life where he's probably what he's talking about right now looks a lot different than it does over in the States. So yeah, you're not going to have women out there. First of all, people don't have farms.
That's true.
So we're not slaughtering no cows.
Hold on. What land?
Yeah, exactly. We ain't get our 30 acres and a mule or whatever.
40 acres.
40 acres and a mule. You know, most of us don't have that.
Nope.
So yeah, we not about that life.
You got that right.
No.
Because we don't have that life.
Right.
her hands, and you can see the amount of value they bring to a man is indispensable. But that's not what we have today. We have like the bare minimum. They think like getting their nails done and doing their hair and putting on a dress and some makeup is hard work, bro. And you as a man need to appreciate the hard work they put into looking good for you on a date. Like that's the little arguments they're making. And I'm watching them make these arguments while my grandma's like chopping a chicken's head off, like defeathering it and then like getting everything prepped and making stews and grilling up meat. And she's got like 30, 40, 50 pounds of like pig meat just hanging there being smoked and a bunch of sausages and like a bunch of pickled veggies from the summer prior. And I'm blown away. I'm like, holy hell, dude, that's crazy. One side says they should be rewarded for doing their makeup. The other side is taking care of a house the real way. And then they wonder why men are leaving in droves or not even trying at all. It's like, sis, if you met a real woman, truly, like you say, like, where are the real men at? If you actually met a real woman and compared yourself to one, the amount of shame and inadequacy you would feel would be torturous.
Wow.
Man, this is very interesting. So for us married people, we gotta take some things into consideration when looking at this here dating market. Mm-hmm. So I know a little bit about that because I have older parents. My parents were born in the early to mid 40s. So they're very different from today's women, even very different from my wife. But there's also to be, because I hear a lot of the fighting about this. Women are not the way they were. But we live in the country right now, just be honest, in America, a lot of our women are working jobs, not just working at the house.
Right.
And so that takes a very different twist, because if your wife is working 40 to 50 hours a week, you can't expect her to be out there smoking 40 pounds of pig meat. Like, it's not going to work like that. She ain't going to have no time for it.
If you guys like what you heard so far, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and turn on your post notifications so that way you can let YouTube know that you want to hear more from us, because you appreciate what we putting down. All right.
Like, when they do this stuff, and that's the beautiful thing. If you really want to see what this lifestyle looks like, go over there and look at Country Living. Look at a whole episode and you'll get a very good idea of what it looks like. That's an all-day thing. Cooking, cleaning, and washing some clothes took all day because she's doing everything herself. And first of all, it's a much healthier lifestyle. You know, when we have all of these alternatives, we do vegetarianism. We want to be a vegetarian. We want to be keto. We want to do this. We want to do that. All of these different things is because we're trying to compensate for the fact that our food is not fresh. It wouldn't be such a big deal that you ate meat if you ate meat like they cook on Country Living. The thing is, we got all of these meat with all of these hormones and all of these chemicals and all of this preservatives and all of these things that are unnatural to our bodies in it, and we're trying to find ways to compensate for the fact that we're eating, even if we have someone who cooks all the time, just getting it from the supermarket, the food is so much less healthy than what they're dealing with that we have to find ways to compensate for it. If you want to live in Los Angeles or New York or Atlanta or Miami or even Charlotte or Oklahoma City, or even like any of these actual cities, you're going to have to forego that. Like, if I'm living in my apartment, bro, I'm not worried about shaking down a ram and cutting it up for meat. Like, it's not happening. So you can't really compare. But at the same time, if your woman is working 50 hours a week and she comes home and she's still keeping the house clean and she's still very more concerned about your health than you are, because that happens a lot. And she's concerned about the children's health, and she's the one that's like, no, we can't eat that anymore because I just read up on it and we get the GMO is bad and we can't do that anymore, and they doing all of this other stuff. You have to start taking into consideration where you are. If you live in New York and you're watching his video, don't expect to meet some woman that know how to make sausages out of pig booty. Like, it's not. Stop it. Let's be realistic, y'all. Now, I have a lot of respect for people who do that, because I have aunties and moms who came from that space. My father, they came from that. They know what that looked like. Yeah.
They had farms, though.
They had land. Let's be realistic. Now, let's not expect these women in today's society. If you live in New York, don't expect to meet nobody that know how to, do all of the stuff, that knows how to pickle vegetables and preserve them for a year inside of a smoke hut with her brick oven. Like, there ain't nobody got that. Like, come on now. Let's be honest. I respect people who can do that. But if you don't even live in that area, don't expect to meet nobody who does it, and don't be like, yeah, you ain't nobody because you don't do this. Bro, you can't even do it. You don't know how to go out there and chop no tree. You'll probably kill yourself trying to chop down a tree. Let's be honest, y'all. Like, let's be fair to both women and men about the world we live in and what it looks like for someone to be lazy or not. And stop disrespecting women. Just because somebody's a stay-at-home mom does not mean they don't do anything, because they have a washing machine and because they have if they use a microwave all the time, you got something to talk about. Okay. But just because they have some of these conveniences, there's a completely different life. A completely different lifestyle. And it's something that has to be adjusted to. If you find a good woman who has the core values that you want, start there. Stop looking at all of this other stuff. Well, you don't know how to cook X, Y, and Z. You can learn to cook. It's something you can learn. You can get recipes. You're dealing with women who may not even have a mom, or who don't have a dad that was present in the house, that doesn't know what that lifestyle looks like. If she's honest, if she has integrity, if she gives you peace, bro, start there. If y'all really are into each other, if y'all got them 4, and those are not that's not like a 4 to live by. But if they have those 4, bro, you got a lot to build on. A lot of this other stuff, even though you guys, okay, we're gonna talk about this. A lot of these guys, y'all talk about the walls, right? Y'all be talking about the walls, and the women ain't doing this, and the women ain't doing that, and she not flipping, and she not jumping backwards, and she ain't no OnlyFans model and all that other stuff. Bro, all of that stuff can be learned.
Maybe.
The question is, does she care about you and your relationship enough to make an effort to learn?
Yes.
Does she care enough about your relationship to make an effort to learn how to do the things that you like and for you to do the things that she like, to figure out how to push each other's buttons in that way so that y'all can keep the fire burning in your relationship 20 years down the pike?
That's right.
Because y'all make a lot of things that are not going to be there in 30 years. Like, it's really important. When you hit 45, man, you're not going to be acting like you 25. You are not going to be walking up to the girl's seat and sniffing it when she get up. It's different. So if y'all stuck on that stuff, that's all right now stuff. That's not going to be forever. Nope. Let's be fair and let's really logically think this stuff through. Respect that stuff that he's talking about, but understand it doesn't make sense for you to try to find a woman in today's world who can do that and you living in New York City.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Oh, gosh.
All right, guys, I need you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit all the buttons.
Hit all of them.
Thank you. Y'all like the way I don't even say subscribe properly? Bruh. Just subscribe. Stupid.